Hello, my name is Brian Foster, and I have a blog, nwspiritism.com, and today we're talking about we live in a sea of spirits. Now, does that sound fantastic or not? After all, as we grew up, didn't we read about primitive tribes, and they thought the spirit was here and the spirit was there, and there were spirits all around us, and didn't we all think that was rather primitive? Well, I have found out yes, it may have been primitive, but it's true. We do live in a sea of spirits. Spiritism has brought to us the knowledge through Allan Kardec in the 1850s that we are immortal souls and that we humans reincarnate multiple times. We come to earth for a reason. We come to earth to learn to become a better person, to take out the primitive emotions and replace this with more advanced emotions, love, charity, fraternity, and get rid of the hate, the envy, selfishness, and pride. It's very difficult. There are spirits of us, right, who are here on earth who will ascend to heaven. There are spirits that will stay on the lower zone, that's around the surface and above, below heaven, but above the surface of earth, on the surface. We'll stay here on the earth wandering around. Those spirits will be around us. And there are spirits who are criminals, who are completely tied, materialistically tied, and they will be in the dark abyss. That means they'll actually be in the lower levels, even below the lower level, into a type of purgatory. Now, none of these spirits, either around us or below us, will be there forever. They will only be there until they change their attitude and decide to take action and start working towards the help of other people instead of to hinder other people. So what does that mean, spirits all around us? How does that affect us? Well, it affects us because spirits who are around us can see what we're thinking. And, amazing, I know this is disturbing, they see us everywhere. Right away get the idea you have no privacy. They see what we're thinking, and they can send their thoughts to us. And this is what we need to learn, is we need to get our conscience so we can filter out the good thoughts and the bad thoughts, or the ignorant impulses coming from ignorant spirits who want us to do, maybe silly things, or spirits who had died, who had been alcoholics or drug addicts. They will gather themselves around an incarnate, a living person who is a drug addict and alcoholic, and encourage that person to drink or take drugs more, so they can get next to you and feel the effects of your drinking or your drug use. All of these things are, even worse, they may have hated you for some, good reason, that you've done something to them in a previous life, and now they're trying to fill your head full of bad ideas, so you fail and you become miserable in your life. So why does God and the spirit world put us through this? Why do we have to live in a sea of spirits? It's who are give us bad ideas. It's like having to live in a junior high or middle school for our whole life, right? In junior high or middle school, you're all around friends, and boy, did they all have the dumbest ideas possible. When you got older, did you see, boy, I can't believe I survived that age? Well, you did survive that age. And the same thing is, you're going to survive this, but you needed to go through this. You needed to get the discipline to start filtering out the good and bad and strengthen your conscience, to listen to your conscience. And the only way to do that is to go through the field of fire. Why do we have to go through the field of fire? Why are we tortured like this? Well, and I'll talk about this in another video, but the power of a spirit, when we ascend and go to heaven, our power becomes unimaginable. We have the power of thought. Thought is action in the spirit world, even for the lower spirits, but not as much power. A high spirit has no worry about any lower spirits whatsoever. Their power is nothing compared to the power of goodness and the power of those who shine towards the light. So we're in this land, we're in this planet of atonement. Someday we'll graduate when the majority of people on earth are good, honest, civilized souls. The whole earth will become a planet of regeneration. We won't have the ignorant spirits around us any longer. That will be gone. We will start a new transition. But until that day, we're all here learning to try and ignore, filter out the bad ideas. Study. The way to do that is to study Spiritism. Try to raise your mind up. Try to decrease your materiality, increase your spirituality. And I go through this in my book, How to Live Inner Peace Through Spiritism. And it will tell you step by step what you must do, the things you must conquer, things like industrious patience, right? A firm foundation of faith. And when I talk about a firm foundation of faith, I don't mean something blind faith, something that you have built over your own experiences, your own ideals, what you think is right, and then you'll start following your conscience. And one of the steps is a serene conscience. What is a serene conscience? A serene conscience is where you follow your conscience. You cannot believe how much less stressful and more harmonious your body feels and your health improves when you do not become anxious over some wrong act you did. And of course, everyone knows your conscience tells you when you've done something wrong. And of course, these spirits around us love to give us bad ideas, just like in junior high, right? There's always full of bad ideas. So we are here to try and not do that. Anyway, I want to say God bless to all of you.